In the spring of 1945, as the Allied forces pressed deep into the heart of Germany, the once formidable German army found itself crumbling under the relentless advance. Small towns and villages across central Germany became the stage for scenes that would mark the final chapter of the European war. One such town witnessed German troops, exhausted and demoralized after years of conflict, surrendering their weapons and walking under the watchful eyes of American soldiers. This moment, though simple in appearance, reflected the broader collapse of Germany's military resistance. These German soldiers were a mix of battle-weary veterans, young conscripts hastily thrown into service, and older men called upon in the last desperate months of the Reich. Years of attrition, resource shortages, and the overwhelming pressure of Allied offensives had left them fatigued and vulnerable. As they handed over their rifles, helmets, and personal gear, the American troops maintained order, collecting weapons and escorting the prisoners through the town's streets. Civilians, who had endured air raids and the constant threat of frontline combat, looked on cautiously, witnessing the tangible end of the conflict in their community. The streets bore the scars of war. Buildings showed signs of damage, rubble lined narrow lanes, and the atmosphere carried the weight of years of hardship. Yet in the midst of this destruction, the surrender marked a moment of relief and survival. For the German soldiers, it was an acknowledgement of defeat and an escape from further bloodshed. For the American troops, it was a step closer to the total victory that had been fought for across Europe for 6 long years. Archival records and color footage from this period reveal that scenes like this were common across Germany in early 1945. Entire units would lay down their arms, often en masse, as Allied forces approached. The interactions between the disarmed Germans and the victorious Americans were orderly, a reflection of military discipline even in surrender. These events were not just about the cessation of fighting. They were a human story of exhaustion, relief, and the complex emotions that accompany the end of prolonged conflict. The surrender in this town, while a small episode in the vast scope of World War II, captures the essence of Germany's final days. It shows a military in decline, a society on the brink of transformation, and the quiet but profound moments that signal the end of war. As American soldiers moved through towns like this one, taking prisoners and securing territory, the war in Europe edged closer to its conclusion, leaving behind stories of surrender, survival, and the fragile hope of peace in a battered land. Word count 400.